Hey everyone, Rainy here. I just wanted to come on and spend some time with you folks tonight rather than making another video with this big storm moving across the country. I figured I would come on and see how everyone's doing instead. I'm kind of curious because I know the storm is everywhere. I mean, it's worse in Texas than it is up here, and we're in Maine. So I just wanted to hop on, see how everyone's doing, and so we could check in with each other, share stories. And so if you have anything to say, go ahead and just leave comments on the right and let me know where you're from, what's going on, how the weather is. And let's see, we already got Larry. Hi, Larry. So I live in Montana, so the situation down there is everyday life here in Montana in the winter. Ain't that true? Larry, I used to live in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. So going from Maine back and forth, I've been over that, I guess it would be called the divide. So I know it got pretty bad. Matter of fact, going over the mountains once, there's a chain up area. And when I was moving back, I had a Chevy Citation going up over the divide. And at a rest stop, my car died, everything, no electrical, no nothing. And I was trying to beat the storm and I didn't. So it was like a blizzard up there. So, wow. So what do you usually do, Larry, if you're still on when you do lose power, if you're all set for it? And we'll wait to hear what's going on there. And anybody else who's on, who's watching, let me know where you are, who you are, where you're from. Howdy from North Carolina, John. Actually, you're quoting John. But what's your name? What's going on with you with the storm right now? Over here, like I said, we're in southern Maine, right on the coast. And actually, I guess we're supposed to get hit. I don't know. It keeps on changing. But as of maybe an hour ago, it just started snowing here. And I think we probably have maybe a quarter of an inch. So it's that really fine snow that builds up. When it's fine, oh no. When it's really big flakes, it's going to go away. Let's see, what do we got here? Yesterday, I built 2 of your can stoves. Oh, which ones? Like we have the tuna can, we have the big can, there's the Crisco can. Which one did you make? Let's see. It's snowing now. How much do we have, Raluca? Ralu lives here with me. She's in that room. She can look out the window. I get this big window in front of me and it's all closed off so I can see my camera. And you built the small can and a big can. And how's that working for you? Is that one that's using denatured alcohol, or we have a small can and a big can with toilet paper? Actually, that uses denatured alcohol as well. The thing, we've been building so many of these stoves lately, it's hard to remember which one was which. Yep. Okay, that's the one. Yeah, that thing puts off a lot of heat. I made another one. I'm going to cheat and tell you it hasn't come out yet. It's going to be coming out probably tomorrow or the next day. But I made another one similar to the one with the toilet paper, but instead of using toilet paper, I used cotton balls, and I made it in a smaller can, and whew, the flames coming out of that thing. I was able to actually. I melted my wax on it for some other things I was doing. I actually melted a big pot of water. I wanted to boil water, but I had no water, so I went outside and scooped up a bunch of snow. So you'll probably see that coming up soon. Let's see. Rallo says a couple of inches right now. Just a couple of inches. Wow! I just looked out and it was like a quarter inch. So I guess it's hitting harder. We've got a couple of inches right now, and we bought one of those things. It's like, I call it a a windshield blindfold. It's like a plastic thing that covers the windshield and sticks in both sides on the doors. And we use that. This is the second winter we've used it. And that thing is great because in the morning where all the other cars are out there scraping their windshield, we open the two doors, slip it right off, snow falls off, the windshield's clear, and we go. So that's been nice. And toilet paper and alcohol. There you go. You know, the thing is, I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but up here in Maine, when there's any kind of catastrophe or storm or any emergency, I should say, the first thing that they clean out in the grocery stores is the toilet paper. So I hope you have some extra toilet paper, not just the one covered with alcohol in your stove. I guess you can use it, but disinfectant too. Great. So who else do we have here? And Larry, welcome. Larry says, I went to Walmart and bought a silverware container and put it over a 3-wick container of shortening. I like that one. That's probably one of the simpler bills, and actually puts off quite a bit of heat. I was really surprised to see what that can do. And 3-wick container. So you get the big shortening or the small shortening? Probably the smaller one because, yeah, those silverware containers don't really go over the big one, but they last a lot longer. Great, Larry. How's the weather where you are now? How much, or where are you, first of all, and how much snow you got? Be curious to see. And anyone else, let me know. I want to know who's winning, who has more snow than we do, and if anybody has been suffering any kind of outages. I know I'm not going to hear too much tonight about people having outages because that means their computer won't work either. So I know if I'm talking to you and all of a sudden you're gone, you probably had an outage. So, who else is on here? If there's anyone else on, come on. And I know we have actually quite a few more. I could see if we get a little number count. So I know some of you are hiding. Come on, let me know where you're from and what the weather is like where you are and different things like that. What kind of things have you done to prepare for the storm so far? Anybody done anything special or out of the norm? I know we went downstairs, and I keep on saying downstairs. Where you see me do most of the videos is in my garage below where we live. And unfortunately, all my supplies are down there, and I didn't want to carry them all back up here for one storm. So they're all still down there, but I have some things that are left up here just in case it goes bad and we can't find food. We got ourselves about, oops, these are upside down. Yeah. About 6 cases of MREs. Okay. So I have enough for the next year, and just brought up some things just in case. It's always good to know. And this is something kind of interesting. Breakfast skillet, Mountain House breakfast skillet. Now, this is not sponsored, but it should be. These are just some things I found downstairs. Had those up, and we brought our little flashlight lantern. I didn't even check to see if the battery goes. Yeah, there, look at that. Oh, it's so bright. That way, if the lights go out, I can find other lights. Let's see. Larry, Great Falls, Montana. 0 degrees overnight and an inch of snow on the ground. 0. I thought it. What was it this morning, Reluca? Was it 2 or 4? -4. It's -4 now.
No, it's 7 now. This morning was -4.
Oh, it was -4 this morning. Yeah, we get up this morning. It was -4. I looked at Reluca and I said, let's go to Dunkin' Donuts. So we went out to get breakfast at Dunkin' Donuts. But when I got downstairs, here we are freezing. And you know those little lights that go off on the dashboard? Well, my light went off saying my left tire was low. Every time it gets really cold, my tires go low. I have no idea. I don't know if maybe they didn't put enough sealant, but I usually have on really cold days, at least one or sometimes two tires go low. So I got one of those machines that I can plug it into the cigarette lighter. So I had to get that going this morning. Let's see. Stay indoors and work on puzzles. That's a good thing to do. You have your candle or the stove that you made and make the puzzles. I hope they're the puzzles with the bigger pieces, because if you don't have a lot of light in the house and it's just one room and you drop the piece somewhere in the house, you ever made like a 5,000 piece puzzle and one piece is missing? When I make them with somebody, I'll actually take a piece from theirs and hide it in my pocket just to annoy them. Nah, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I would. Hey, peanut gallery over there. Let's see. Hi from Boston. Oh, Boston. Now, this is funny. Boston is 2 hours south from here. And if you look on the snow warnings or the snow on TV, they're getting pelted a lot more than we are. But it's been snowing since 11. Yeah, we just started a little while ago. Lucas said we have a couple inches. And then what? An hour before that, it was only a quarter inch. So it's probably a foot out there now. Who knows? So, Boston, how much do you have now? How much has it been snowing? And anybody heard of any power outages yet? I'm curious about that. Made sure I have lots of ice. Beauty by Ralu for my iced coffee. I can't have, it's funny. It's winter, and what do we want? Iced coffee. I'm an iced coffee fanatic. Can't be without iced coffee during a blizzard. True Mana. Yeah. I walk 4 days a week, and it's done in our local mall. That's a good idea. We used to do that when we lived in Philly because we were right near a bunch of malls, but the nearest mall for us to walk in now is, well, the main mall, which is about 20 minutes. But yeah, it's nice to walk in the mall. You don't get snow either.
I think you meant the puzzles.
Let's see. Red Sox rule. Yes, they do. I thought he said he was from Montana. But Larry, 11 weeks and 3 days, 5,000 pieces. And to my surprise, they were all there at the end. You know, what a great marketing tool that would be. Leave one piece out in the middle that's very important for the company and say, oh, we're sorry, but we sell that piece for an extra $5. It'd be a good money maker, but they go out of business in no time, huh? Oh, well. Let's see. Boston, 2.5 inches. Well, we're competing pretty much. Your snow must be longer and steady, and ours is probably building up a little more because I think, what'd you say last check, Raluca?
Right now?
Yeah.
It's pretty good
Can you
amount.
see out the windows, or is it covering the windows yet? She checking.
Yeah, about the same. It's coming down pretty heavily though.
It's coming down heavy. We live on the second story, so even if it gets really bad, we're not gonna get the windows covered. Any of you ever had those? What's the worst? What's the worst snowstorm you've ever had? I think last year we had one storm where I looked out the window, and right out front of on the front of the house here, between here and the road, there's probably about, on an average day, about 6 or 7 cars parked side by side. And one day last winter, we looked outside, and all you could see was barely see the roofs of the cars. So the snow probably wasn't, that deep. It probably was maybe 4 feet deep, but with the wind drifts and everything, blew right over all the cars and everything. And we had to shovel and shovel. I try to park as close as I can to the guy next to me, so that way it's not too much of a drift, but that don't work. Oh. It's bad when it started to cover the windows. Yeah, that stinks. But, my father used to say when he was younger, okay, he used to have to open the door and tunnel from the door to the street just to be able to walk to the school every morning, uphill both ways. Isn't it funny how it was so bad in those days? Of course, I believed them until I was 12. Uphill both ways. That's good. Catskills. Is that where you are? Catskills? Mountains. Ooh. So who else we got? I see we have more people coming in, and they haven't all poked in. So go ahead and let me know who you are, where you're from, and what kind of things are going on with you. What is the funniest thing that happened in a storm? That's always a good one. What's the funniest thing that happened in a storm? Actually, one of the things that happened with us just a little while ago, I'm telling Raldo, I says, I've got all my stuff, all my prep things and everything downstairs. I get the food up here, but downstairs I got, probably 15 different kinds of stoves and fuels and all this in the garage. And all I have to get in the garage is a remote, okay? Then I said, I just go down there, and if we lose power, I'll go down there and get it. And then I looked at her, I go, this is just a little while ago. If we lose the power, the remote won't work, will it? Because, of course, it's electric inside to open it. She goes, no. I said, oh, darn. I hope we don't lose the power for long. Let's see. What else we got? Milk Chocolate did that. Took one square from the bar, and everyone went nuts over it. Great marketing idea, because they all went to the website to complain that there was a game they could win. You'll have to explain that one to me, Ralph.
Milka chocolate bar took a square out of the chocolate bars.
Oh, the Milka Chocolate Bar Company took a square out of one of the chocolate bars. That's not good. Huh. Thank you for your tips. I'm in, oh boy, Georgia. This is a good one. Dalonga. There's a lot of silent H's and different letters in there. Dalonga, Georgia. And so which one of the tips are you finding useful in Georgia? I guess you guys are getting hit pretty hard down there, huh? Now, not to be mean, okay? I don't know if it's too soon to say storm jokes, but Raluca came up to me with a, I guess you could say a Facebook picture, a Facebook short, okay? And it was a picture of all the snow that this guy got in Texas, and he had a yardstick, and he pulls it out. He said, look at all the snow we got. And you see snow on the ground. He went and stuck it in, and it went up to a 1/4 inch. He goes, we're going to have to shut down the city. You had to see it. It was kind of funny. Big yardstick. He puts it down. It goes down that far and stops. He hits the tire. So, but anyway. And we are still fine up in the mountains. Whoo. 1.5 hour from Atlanta. Yeah, you guys got some pretty good mountains down there. Are those? Let's see. I went into Roanoke before, and I think are those the Blue Ridge Mountains? What are they? I'm really not good with geography. Yeah. But hey, I'm not the worst one. I remember years ago when I was in the service, I told somebody I was from Maine. He goes, oh, isn't that part of Canada? They never heard of Maine, but pretty much. Let's see. Yeah, so I guess the last year was the biggest storm we had, them covering all the cars. And but I remember it seems like I keep on saying the snow was a lot deeper when I was a kid, but now that I think of it, it's that I was shorter as a kid, so it just seemed deeper. So if the snow was 2 feet tall, it was like it was up to here. But you still have those memories. What was the deepest snow for you folks? I imagine you folks up in the mountains or in Montana get some big ones. And anybody else who hasn't come on, is everybody okay out there? Like to hear how you're doing. what kind of challenges you're coming up with. Things are going well. Any questions? Anything you want to discuss with anyone else on here? Yeah, we're thinking about it. It's like, well, it's hard to go downstairs again and start a new video. And I said, why don't we just come on and see how everybody's doing? Be curious just to see different parts of the country, especially since the storm started in the south and in the west way before it reached here. And we've been lucky. It's funny. Person that was just here, oops, let me get that off here. The one that was just here from Boston. It's funny how the last few years, it's like Massachusetts and even New York have been getting hit harder than us up in Maine. So it's like the bad winter storms are moving further south and further south. And I think pretty soon Maine will be the next Florida. They're going to have resort communities up here and everything, huh? So I better buy some Oceanside property. We're going to probably have casinos in Maine. So let's see.
We already have them in Oxford.
We already have what?
Casinos in Oxford.
Yeah, we have a casino in Oxford, but Oxford is inland, Native American country casino. But I want one on the ocean. Yeah, there we go. So I want to see who's the most prepared, country folk or city folk. Let me know your opinion. Who's more prepared for these summers? I know a lot of people that come on the site are preppers because I'll put some of these things out and it's like, I've been doing that for 20 years. It's funny how once we start talking about these things, you find out that, gee, I really do need this. All these different stoves. It's like, okay, we got a storm coming. Which one we're going to use? Oh, that one's nice. That one's nice. But, oh, okay. Because of all your comments, I've getting a lot of comments all the time and some good advice. I actually went out and bought something yesterday. Any of you ever use one of these? It's I guess they call it Mr. Heater Portable Buddy. I guess they make different sizes. This is a small one, but I brought it up here and actually just tried it out this morning. Got it ready. It works pretty nice. I was very impressed with it. But as with any propane heater or actually pretty much anything that has a flame, and this is a question I get a lot, will that put off carbon monoxide? Pretty much anything that has a flame will put off a degree of it. So it's important to have I'm always saying that, fire extinguisher, your carbon monoxide detector, and a fire extinguisher. Well, I plugged this thing in and I put it in the kitchen and I said, where's my carbon monoxide detector? Oh, it's on the other side of the house. I went over and got it. I came over and I plugged it in the kitchen. And as soon as I plugged it in, beep, 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 beep. Okay, we need to get some ventilation. I had a hard time turning it on because, like I said, it was the first time I used it, and I was pushing the button. And matter of fact, when Reluka got up, I think I woke her up with the alarm, but she could smell the propane a little bit because I had to push on it so much to get the thing to light. The igniter wasn't lighting right away, but it finally got lidded. And like I said, the carbon monoxide, I guess, was a little heavy. So we opened up some of our curtains. We got rooms separated into partitions. I guess you could say my house is in quadrants, so we can heat the room we're in rather than the whole house. So I opened up a couple curtains, put on the fan, the bathroom fan, top of the stove, and kind of cleaned it out pretty fast. It stopped beeping. So what's everyone's main heat source? What's your heat source that you're using should the power goes out? And other kind of preparatory things you might have done. Anybody got any of the foods or things? I know after watching my videos, a lot of you probably have a portable stove with Jiffy Pop popcorn, right? And I gave a lot of people that idea. I mean, if you're going to have a blackout, you might as well have it fun. Have it in style. I'm wondering if everybody went outside and started shoveling snow. Heh. What peppers and tomatoes are you planting this year? Good question. Have you been watching my green channel for a while? Were you around when I planted? Oh, I think I had like 10 of the hottest peppers in the world. I had jalapeno, or jalapeno's a light, but I had ghost peppers. I had the look. Help me with some of these names. I'm drawing a blank. The bootla, but what's a really really hot one there? Wow, why can't we think of it? Scorpion, but there's a hotter one, and actually there's two of them. And Reapers, Carolina Reapers, and come on, whoever it is down in Carolina, you should have got that one. But but yeah, we did Reapers. We did all kinds of peppers. This year, I've already bought my seeds for the bell peppers. I'm going to be doing bell. I'm going to be doing some jalapenos, and I kind of shied away from the really hot ones because if I grew them, I had to eat them, and whew, they're really hot. But my favorite is the cayenne peppers. Basically, they're really good for my heart, and I'm always trying to find ways to improve everything. And since I've been taking cayenne, we take cayenne pills every day. Raluca gets the raw cayenne, and we scoop them up in the little gel caps, and it's really helped my heart. And my heart has, since my procedure I had a few years ago, the doctor says it's almost like it's right back to where it should be. So it's doing really good. So yeah, I'm growing my own peppers so we can use them for medicinal purposes, and I just like peppers. So the bell peppers and tomatoes, usually we do the big boys. Roma, but what's the other one? The that you like better than Roma? What is it? San Marzano. Yeah, we're going to do San Marzanos too. I've done Roma in the past because they're a lot easier to grow, but San Marzano, they're not as acidy. They're a lot better for sauce, but they're a lot more prone to mold and mildew. They have to be thinner, and you have to, have better ventilation. Yeah. So, what ones are you doing? See what we got here. Larry, I've got a small teardrop trailer and I parked it in the driveway. 15 below zero. Ow! Larry. I would say go south, but it's just as bad. Go north. Canada's probably warmer. 15 below zero, and I spent most of the night. At 3 a.m., the carbon monoxide detector went off. Wow, 16 candles was too many for a teardrop trailer. 16 candles. But did it keep you warm? Yeah. Usually when you do something like that, if you have like a vent over a stove or something, or even somebody today was telling me in a comment that they actually put candles or one of the candle type heaters inside their wood stove, which was different. But yeah, you have to have some kind of way to get that ventilated, especially with that many candles in that small an area. I mean, you get nice and warm, but you know, that's not good. So are you in that teardrop trailer right now, Larry, or are you someplace warmer? Let's see. I got some questions that people have asked me before, and I'm looking at some of these to throw them out to you folks as well. What's your emergency comfort food? Emergency comfort food. I think you guys know what mine is. I just said it before. It's Jiffy Pop popcorn. But what's your emergency comfort food? I know Raluca's is chocolate because you don't need a stove for that. Anybody else? Emergency comfort food. This, Raluca says, guys, the storm in Well, look, why do you give me these big names? You want me to Kamchatka? Oh, she says, guys, Google the storm in Kamchatka. The words right there on the screen. It was insane snow over the buildings adjacent. Oh yeah, there was skyscrapers, and there was snow drifts going. I saw that going over the buildings. Okay, and this is adjacent to Siberia. Imagine that. We think we got it bad going over our car over there. I mean, the bottom floors of the apartment buildings. I mean, floors, not just one floor. They look out and all they see is snow. Wow. Honey, I got a snow blower. That won't even work. You go out the tunnel and the snow's not going to have any place to go. I guess you could shovel out and just throw the snow from when you're shoveling inside the house. What would work? A flamethrower and a carbon monoxide detector at the same time, huh? Yeah, it'd be going off everywhere.
Find their cars. They were having a hard time finding their cars.
I couldn't find that. She says people are having a hard time finding their car. I think they'd be having a hard time finding the parking lot. Yeah, I just stay in till spring. So, Larry, I asked you where you were staying. Someplace a lot warmer in the house at 79 degrees. That's no fun. Where's your sense of adventure, Larry? Are you at least someplace where you can go out ice fishing tomorrow? I mean, hey, us northerners, we gotta have our ice fishing. Okay, who else is here? Let us know where you are. I was going to say, who you are and where you're from. Okay, I got to get that right. And what's going on in your area? Hoping everybody's safe. We sent out a checklist yesterday of, I think, like the top 20 or at least 20 things that you should do to prepare. And thought that was a great idea because there was a few of them that I needed to do. So we were able to get some things done quickly. But one of the ones I think that most people are surprised about when you make a list of all the things you can do to get ready is filling up your tub with water. I say, why would I fill up my tub with water? A lot of times when the power goes out, so do all the services, and sometimes even the water isn't running. So you can't get fresh water. You can't flush the toilet. It's great to have a toilet, but if you can't flush it, I know they say, if it's yellow, let it mellow. Well, if it's brown, it sticks around. Okay, so it gets pretty bad, but at least if you have some water, you can flush. And as for drinking water, no, you might want to drink water from buckets or from the tub. But if you run out of drinking water, you can always boil that water and make it safe. But if you don't have water, you can't create it unless you go out and start scooping the snow. And it's funny, when I did that, a video actually it's coming out tomorrow, but a video I did just a couple days ago, I needed to boil some water, and I had this big cup thing. So I filled it up. I filled up this huge cup, but this much with water, with snow, melted it all down, figured I have enough for a cup of coffee, and ended up with this much water on the bottom. And I packed it down. So it takes quite a bit to get enough drinking water here. And of course, it takes a lot more to melt down to get root beer. What do we got here? Hi, Joshua. I think hand warmers or foot warmers are great to have. Can help a lot. Reluka, you were just talking to me about that earlier, weren't you?
Right there. Yeah. Right there.
Right over there.
Yeah. And these guys.
Yeah, Reluka was just talking to me about that this probably about 2 hours ago, Josh. She showed me a package of hand warmers I had on the other side. We'd never use them. She goes, I wish I knew about this before.
This morning, my hands were purple from the cold.
Yeah, we went outside we went to Dunkin' Donuts. What are you doing at sub-0 degrees? Let's go get some coffee. So we went out to Dunkies, and it was freezing. We came back, and right there in our face was a package of hand warmers. And the other thing that's been great is this thing. It's basically an electric blanket. You just hit that. See what's going on? 2, 3, 4. Now, this isn't good for an outage, but it's good for when it's cold. 'Cause when it's an outage, it's just a blanket. That's still good, I guess. But it's an electric blanket, and I use it on my feet a lot because we live in an apartment, and there's no heat in the basement or underneath here in the garage. So the floor, when it gets this cold, is so cold. Right now, I have my feet on a couple blankets, just otherwise your feet freeze. And that thing works really good too when it gets to the point where you can't take it, put it around your legs. And reason I brought that up, what was that, Luke? $10 or something for that? That electric blanket.
$20 at Ocean State
It was
Job Lot.
$20 at Ocean State Job Lots. That's where we got it, and it works great. And like I said, I'm not sponsored, but I should be. You think somebody's going to catch on to that tune one of these days? But yeah, those hand warmers are great, Joshua. Thanks. Let's see. Renee, take off one E, and it's Rennie. That's my name. I love your name. I'm in Southwest Missouri, and I got between 6 and 8 inches already. Huh. The clouds are thinning, and the sun is starting to shine. Great, great. I'm happy for you. So everything went okay? You had no problems? No power outages? I think one of the worst things is the snow, especially when it's really cold and stuff, or even the freezing rain is worse, getting in the trees and the tree branches breaking and cutting down power lines. I know some of the storms here, the whole city's out, Excuse me. My mother lives about about 10 miles from here, out in the country, and she's 93 years old, lives out there by herself. So, we're always worried, oh gosh, some power outage out there, of course. And the first thing to go is the phone. She has one of the old-fashioned landlines. She just loves the thing. Yeah. So, but anyways, that's great. 6 to 8 inches, and it's starting to thin out. That's good. And let's see what update. They had predicted up to a foot. Yes, I have power and didn't have any flickers. That's great. And I hope that's what happens here too. And for all of you. Let's see. Hello from Ohio. Ohio. You guys get a lot of snow normally, huh? The most snow that I've been in my life was a 1978 blizzard. We drove through 20-foot walls of snow after they plowed the sides of the road. Okay, 20-foot walls. Okay, I thought because I was going to say for 20 foot to drive through it, you would really have to drive through. I mean, you'd have to put the pedal to the metal and boom. How did he even plow snow that high? Think of that. I imagine a lot of it's being thrown, but I've seen some of these snow plows going out there, and especially in mountain roads, it's like, how did they get it that high?
Talk about Siberia, huh?
What's that?
We're just talking about Siberia.
Yeah, yeah. So Ohio is kind of similar to Siberia, right? Like the ones I just mentioned, like covering the apartment buildings. Well, that'd be a pretty neat thing to see. I hope he took pictures. Let's see. I don't know. Oops, I just got you there, and hoping I'm not skipping any of you. Sometimes that happens. Renee, they had predicted up to a foot, yes, in the power, and didn't have. Oh, I already read yours. Okay, I'm doing doubles, folks. That's what's going on. Renee was saying how there were no flickers. Well, my computer's flickering, and my comment thing is kind of going up and down. So when I see it flicker, I click on it. And it's the same one I just did. Last year was freezing rain in April, and we lost power for a couple of days. That's right. I remember that. And others in the country lost it for weeks. We're pretty lucky over here. There's it used to be a school 2 buildings over. It's not a school anymore. It's like a community center, but it's a community center for seniors. And anyways, they've kept it on that list. There's a list in the city because we're in a fairly good sized city. There's a list in the city of what places they want to keep clean, I guess, or want to get back up online. For instance, if a hospital goes down, all the plows take care of the hospital and they try to get that up more than like where my mother is out in the boonies. Well, she might be there for 4 days, and with us it might be 4 hours. So it's kind of neat that we're on the top of that list. I don't know why it's not even a school anymore, and during storms it's shut down, but they still want it to be cleaned up and running faster, which is nice to live near that. Common Man 7776, Central New Jersey here. 24 feels like 44 inches snow, ice, rain, mix, keep warm.
24 feels like 4.
Oh. We're looking needs to do the reading for me. She's saying 24 feels like 4. 24 degrees. I was thinking 24 feet of snow. No, 24 degrees feels like 4. Yeah, it's that's it. That chill too, that wind chill. But snow, ice, and rain mix. That stinks, At least if it's snow, you can go frolic and I like it when the snow is really light and you can go out there with a broom and just sweep the porch off. Sometimes I'll sweep the stairs and the porch all the way to the car, then sweep off the car. I don't even have to get the shovel out. That's great. But yeah, stay warm and stay out of it. Renee, I'm in the boonies and we don't get plowed at all. Oh no, they can barely keep up with US 60. Now, you don't get plowed at all, meaning you're not on a plow route, and it's one of those places you got to do private plowing, or they just keep you to the end of the list. I mean, sometimes you're not noticed, out of sight, out of mind. But I know I've been looking for a house lately. We want to move up north, and a lot of the places up there are like private streets and HOAs and all that stuff where some of them you got to do your own plowing or you got to split with someone else to plow. And, I mean, we work from home, which is good, but still, you need to be plowed. Correct. No plowing out here at all. Wow. So you get to use your snowblower. How many of you have dog sleds? That's a good idea, huh?
I saw an AI robotics plowing the snow at some guy's house.
Lucas says you saw a robotic AI with a plow or something?
He was the plow. He was plowing everything. This guy was doing it by remote.
Huh, she had some kind of robot plow and he was doing it by remote plowing his house. That's a good idea. Well, according to Elon Musk is saying that we're all going to get robots someday. Every single person will have a robot doing everything. See how long that robot stays with me when I have him shoveling snow. I'm going back to the factory. No more snow. Let's see. I have a dog and a sled, but he's not big enough. You need to get a few more, get a whole team of them things. Yeah. How far north? How far north are we?
Yeah.
Well, we're in Biddeford, Maine, which is not too far at all. We're near the coast, which is nice. When Maine gets a lot of snow, sometimes just, 10 miles east of us, they might get 2 feet and we might get 5 inches, because we're like on 5 miles from the coast. And Biddeford is we're in southern Maine, maybe 30 miles from the border from New Hampshire. So not bad at all. But we're looking for a house up north. We're looking up north of Bangor. So we're going to be like probably between 2 and 3 hours north of here. So Yep, that's where they get the snow. Right now, we'd be saying, "Son of a gun, why don't we stay down south?" Yeah, that's where they get a lot of snow. But we want to move up there to do more of the kind of lifestyle that I like, the off grid. We want to get land, and there's so much I want to do with the land. I started building a greenhouse over here, and neighbors didn't like it. All kinds of problems when you're in the city building a greenhouse. So, in time. So, anybody lives up in northern Maine, getting ready to sell your house, or you're very generous and you want to give it away, here I am.
Highly doubt that.
Yeah, hey, you can wish. They say, put it out there, and the universe will laugh. So, who else is out here? We still got quite a few people watching. Let me know what's going on with you. What is the storm doing right now in your area? Has it come? Is it tough? Has it passed? Are you out at the movies? Are you out sitting on your front lawn with a Mai Tai? We haven't heard anybody not from the storm. Let me hear some people from other countries where there's no weather, what you're doing. See, it's still light out here. If it was nighttime, I'd say, okay, Australia or someplace like that where it's daytime. But
My mom is in Romania and it was pretty cold there.
yeah, Raluca's mother is in Romania, and she says it's plenty cold there. And her brother's in France. She's got family scattered all over the place. Hi, Mick. Mick from Rhode Island. Saw you for the first time Thursday. Question: how long does a... Oh no. I think the storm got him. His question ended. How long does a... Oh. Are you okay, Mick? Don't you hate when that happens? You type and right in the middle of a sentence it shuts off. The storm got Mick. He's out there and the plow's going down the street saying, "Stop, let me go, let me go." We'll probably hear back from Mick. So again, whoever's there, we're going to be going for a little while longer. We're probably going to sign off here in about 10-15 minutes, unless we got any questions or comments or things you want to share, things you want to talk about. It's kind of cool to be able to see what's going on in the rest of the country and keep you busy rather than looking out the window every 5 minutes. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, have a little fun during the storm. Yeah. How long does the corn oil candle last? Corn oil. There's the Crisco. Is that the one you're talking about? Or
The vegetable oil, I think he means.
which one? Describe it. We have so many of these.
Not in the tuna can, I think.
No, the one in the tuna can is we haven't put out yet. They haven't seen that one yet. Or unless you're talking about the one in the with the metal cement,
Yeah, I think so.
the cement holder.
Yeah, I think so.
That one is one that I just found and made. It was kind of a neat idea. I'd like to say how long it lasts, but I haven't burned it more than a couple hours. But the Crisco one. Well, depending on how many candles you have in the Crisco, I know the big can of Crisco, from what I've heard, because like I said, I haven't used them for that long because there hasn't been an outage that I needed them for. I usually let them go a day or so. But the big cans, I know from what I've seen online, they say with one candle could last close to 2 months. So that's a long time. Now, in my different systems, like that Dragon type one I made with the big pipes, if I were going to use it with that, where I'd have, let's say, 3 or 4 candles in there, you're probably going to look at maybe a week or two. Just to give you an idea, the small candle, probably a few days. Again, depending on the Crisco, small Crisco, I mean, depending on the amount of candles you have in it, because, you know, the more candles, it's going to burn faster. So, and one thing you want to watch with, I don't think the Crisco, they used to come in metal, the whole container is metal. Now they're kind of like a cardboard on the outside of the Crisco containers. So as they start to melt down, you're going to want to trim them with scissors. Okay, trim the cardboard down, because what's going to happen is eventually it may start on fire. It's not going to burn the whole house down, because the Crisco, as soon as it gets down to the Crisco, it's probably going to put it right out. But if you trim them, with like one of those razor blades or even scissors, you can go all the way down to the bottom without having any trouble. It's just like at the top, it works fine for a few days. And then you might want to trim it as it goes down. Or the best thing to do is to take that Crisco and put it in a can or something else that's not going to burn and not going to, have any kind of problem with that. So I hope that answers the question, Mick. And welcome aboard, and thanks for watching our channel. Appreciate it. Who else is out there? Who hasn't spoken? Don't make me come find you. Well, 10 people. Jing, jing, jing. Here I am. Here I am. I know I'm not that intimidating. Sorry.
I put a question out for you.
Let's see. What was that, Reluca?
There's a question out for you.
Oh, you put the question up for me?
Yes.
And I just took it down?
Yeah.
And oh, there we go. See, Reluca's monitoring over there. She put the question up for me, and I said, oh, there's a question up there. I must have spoke about it, and I take it off. That's my motto. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. Okay. Renee, does the carbon felt stink when you first light it? I'm going to get some next month, and I was wondering if I should light it outside first. Yes and no. No, it doesn't stink that I've noticed, but it's a good idea to light it outside. The carbon felt pretty much burns forever, or I should say, works as a wicking solution forever. Doesn't really burn. I mean, I've taken my little that ignite that like torch, and I've just held it on the propane for like 5-10 minutes. It doesn't get hot. You'll see it turning red here and there, and some sparks and stuff from the felty stuff on the top, but it just does not burn. However, when you first start it, because of like the fuzzy, maybe from the factory when they make it, there's like little fuzz that tend to burn off right away. And so that might send up a little soot. And also, any of the systems that we have are going to put up a little bit of soot initially because of, maybe oils or different kind of stuff on the cans or on the felt or on whatever. So it's always not a bad idea to start them outside. When I do it in the garage, I don't, because half the time what I do, you don't see it on camera, but I open the garage door halfway. And so I get a lot of ventilation that way. So I just let it go there. And plus, for those of you who've been watching me for a while, where I sit most of the time, there's an alarm right above my head. And I've set that thing off so many times. So I usually bring it to that other table, which is right in front of the door. So yeah, it's good to get it going inside. But once you burn the felt or burn whatever the felt is in the first time, usually after that, it's not a problem at all. You're welcome. And Mick, I don't know if that's a question. I handled that already. You said Crisco or corn oil. I use Crisco, which is the solid for most of those candles, because you can't really put, with the Crisco you put the candle in and it holds it. With the corn oil you put it in and it just falls. That wouldn't be good. Yeah. Then you have to reach in there and. Hi, Lady Beth from MB. Is that where you're from? Or is that just masters and balloons? So where you're from, you get storm going on, Lady Beth, and how deep is it? Let us know everything about what's going on where you are. So Anybody else has anything? We are probably going to be heading off pretty soon. And I appreciate all of you that did come. It makes the storm kind of fun to be able to chat and to meet some of you folks on the channel. I really appreciate your support. And I've been learning a lot from the comments. Some of them have been interesting. Some have been entertaining. Some of them have been a lot of baloney. But I guess that's part of the whole thing, right? But it's been fun. Let's see. Oh, Lady Beth, where are you? Here we are. Yes, we have some snow in Toronto, Ontario. I think you guys have it easiest because it seems like the further north you go in this storm, the nicer it is. I thought you were going to say you're sitting out in your front lawn and soaking in the sun in a bathing suit, I mean, with a little umbrella. Not Toronto, Ontario, but normally it's pretty cold and bad weather up there, I'd imagine. Stan and Sandy Mitchell. Hi, Stan and Sandy. Welcome. We have about 12 inches in Ohio, where we live in this city. So it's still a good storm. And the forecast is calling for 15 to 18, so it's still going. Shoveled 3 times so far. I haven't even looked out the window since I've been doing this. When I started, it was like this. And Lucas says it's kind of getting pretty bad. So if I don't look, I'm one of those people, if I don't look, it's not happening, So let's see. So it had been 15 to 18 inches shoveled 3 times so far. We have backup heat, which is good. Crisco candle, tea lights, Mr. Buddy heater, just like mine, that we used hunting. How do you like your Mr. Buddy? I had a hard time lighting it. When I first turned it on, I was thinking of returning it. Hitting it, and then I went on a YouTube video and looked, and I saw the guy, the flame was there, and I'm like, mine has no flame. So I thought maybe my propane was empty, so I unscrewed it and screwed it back on, and suddenly it worked. But I like the way it worked after. It heated up pretty fast. But how do you like yours, and do you have trouble with carbon monoxide with it? Excuse me. Okay. Let's see. Thank you for everything, testing out experiments. You're welcome, Lady Beth. I actually enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. The hardest thing I'm finding is coming up with new ideas. And I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. So if any of you have ideas, go ahead and email them to me or put them at comments, in the YouTube videos. Hey, try this, try that. I've heard of this. Even if stuff you haven't tried or you don't have that you heard of that you'd like to see. I'm always looking for new ideas for that. So, but we are expecting, let me put that up. We're expecting 40 centimeters of snow today. It's starting this morning and ending at 12 a.m. Stay safe, stay warm, and stay inside. Let somebody else shovel it.
That's 15 inches.
Yeah. What's that, Luke?
That's 15 inches.
She goes, that's 15 inches. Okay. When nobody was looking, I was going to grab my ruler and go, let's see, centimeters, inches, but 15 inches. Yep. I just happen to have my measure here. I get tools everywhere. She's always saying, would you put them in your shop? I don't want power tools on the kitchen table. I don't understand why. They work great on steak, skill saw. Want a piece? She don't feel the same way. Feed birds. I don't know where the birds are now, but yeah, we have feeders. Yeah, we're always feeding the birds and and the squirrels and neighborhood dogs. I walk outside with those dog biscuits in my pocket. You never know when you're going to run across them. There's some of them, they'll actually, when people are walking their dogs, the dogs will stop and drag them up the porch so they can knock on the door and get a biscuit. I created bad habits in dogs. Let's see. Stan and Sandy. When we hunted, it was great for the use in the hunting blind, full of hope. If we have to use it at home, it will be okay. Okay, so you're used to using it. Yeah. Now imagine in a hunting blind, I mean, it's not well, not knowing what kind of blind you have, but I mean, it must be open to a lot of aeration. I think they don't have windows and stuff because you have to have that open for movement. So I guess it wouldn't be any problem with fumes or anything there, but it's going to be a little different at home. Be curious to see how that works out for you. Let's see, I have an idea. She goes, your mason jar or handle, use Crisco and carbon material and candle in the mason jar. Carbon material. I'm trying to figure out how that would work using, see how long that will burn. Well, if I'm using any kind of carbon material, it's going to burn forever. But let's see. How did that go? I was just thought when you caught me on the handle, the mason jars. You know how hard it is to find mason jars with a handle? I went to like 8 stores. I used to have them, and I think they must have broken. I give them away as gifts or something, but I'm having a really hard time finding them with the handles. You go on Amazon, they're pretty expensive. But yeah, seeing how long things will burn, those are tough tests because you have to, a lot of the things we make will, like with the Crisco, burn for, like I said, 2 months. And I don't like to leave anything unattended, and that's the problem. Any kind of open flame, you got to be there watching it. You never know what's going to happen. And we have a Maine Coon cat, so that could be a fireball running around the house. That's not a good idea either. She's very curious. There we go. My sentiment exactly, Lady Beth. It's supposed to be 13 degrees. Minus 13 degrees. That minus makes a big difference. You know that? Yeah. Okay, lady, here's an experiment for you, okay? 13 degrees below zero. I want you to take your camera, go outside, and pour some water slowly and see how long it takes before it freezes. Will it freeze before it hits the ground or not? That's kind of cool. I saw somebody the other day that did he took like a plate and some soda and went to, I don't want to get too close, but went to pour the soda on the plate, and the soda came out in a stream, did it really slow, and let go of the can, and it was frozen. So he kind of was able to put that for the winter, like a little ornament in the backyard with a plate with soda going up and the can sitting in the air. I got to try that stuff. It looks kind of fun. The only experiment I don't want to try is putting your tongue on a telephone pole or a street sign, the metal. Seen that done. Never tried it. Not going to. Yeah. I was born at night, but not last night. Yep. Yeah. We have humidity, so it might not.
Nope, it won't work, Alan.
Oh, well. I lost. I won't get to see it. Okay, folks. Well, hey, it's been fun, and we're going to be signing out here now. And I want to thank all of you that showed up. I know this was last minute. I just had the idea about maybe a couple hours before we started. Let's go live. This is the first time we ever went live with you folks. Okay, that's been actually, I think I did it with my green site maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, but it's been fun. And if it's something you'd like to see again in the future, let us know. It's just a hoot to get to meet people and see what people are doing in different parts of the country. So with that, everyone stay safe, stay warm. If you have questions about ways to keep warm, go to our channel. We have all kinds of different heating devices we've made out of tin cans and this and that. And hopefully there's something there that could help you. We got a lot more on the way, and keep on visiting. And thank you for all the well wishes that are coming in right now. And gee, I don't know if I could put them all at the same time. It's awesome. Take care of both of you. You too. Hope you stay warm. Yeah. I'm not going out there to shovel. She is. And I'm in trouble. I should have said that after dinner, right? Enjoy your channel. Thank you for the heating device bills. Oh, there she is. There's Bravo, guys. Yay!
Do you want to eat dinner tonight? Do you want to eat dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I had muted that. Okay. But anyway, it's been a lot of fun. So thank you very much. And Ralu, you can say bye at the
Bye,
same
guys.
time. And I'm trying to figure out there's a way to be able to sign out. Oh, let's sign out the way we like to sign out, which is, oops, did I leave you on? That's okay.